Archangel Michael warns the enemy is trying to block your blessing right now. Don't skip this. There's a crucial truth you need to hear. And you don't have much time to take it in. Stop what you're doing right now, my dear. Don't scroll anymore. Stop thinking about all those things. Quit making noise in your head. Please pay close attention to what I say. There's a fiery passion in my voice that you haven't felt from me in a long time. I need to talk to you right away because this call is important and can't wait. My child, time is running out. Life is on the verge of ending. And it's not just how you measure it. It's also how you feel, what's coming, and the spiritual world. Heaven has been paying close attention as a window closes and a moment changes. We're almost out of time now. Moments that really matter. Moments that decide your fate. Moments that teach us important lessons and moments that bless us. Please do not ignore this. I am telling you the truth. These aren't just words. These aren't small pushes. It's not a soft whisper. Heaven is moving quickly and it doesn't wait for you to think before speaking. Heaven doesn't stop to worry. Heaven won't slow down just because you're not sure. Heaven knows that these are the last few minutes for a reason. And each second you spend with me here is a part of a divine countdown. I'm going to talk now, my child, because I wanted to wait for your heart to be in the right place before I spoke, warned, told, or gave you important facts. I can't keep quiet now that it's here. I can't let you leave this moment. I can't let you miss what I'm about to say. Stop now, my child, because you are the only one who can see what I'm about to show you. This is not a message for a lot of people. It's for one heart, yours. I timed it just for you. I connected it to your pain. I shaped it with your problems in mind. It's full of everything you were looking for but couldn't find. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. I want you to understand that if you look away, get distracted, or put this off thinking you'll get to it later, you will miss something that heaven saved just for this moment. What your spirit has been longing for will be gone. You'll miss the chance for change that was waiting for you to give up. You'll miss the answer that has been building up in the background of your life. I'm not being polite today. That's not a whisper. I'm not going to wait for you to be ready. I'm calling you right away because I know your heart is hurting. You can choose what to do with your spirit right now. Your steps are going in the wrong direction and fights you can't see are pulling at your feelings. Little one, you're nearer to a big breakthrough than you think. But you're also nearer to danger than you think. Right now, many things are trying to get your attention and take you away from this moment. It is theft to be distracted. Noise takes things away. Doubt takes things away. They all want to steal your heart away from the truth because you're tired. I'm talking now. That's why I'm calling out, kid, stop now. Because what you breathe in now is important. What you decide next is important. What you do next is important. You may think this is just another message, but heaven is really behind these words. If you could see it, it would shake you. The spirit world doesn't keep quiet. There are angels moving. The enemy is looking at you. Heaven is keeping track. And you, my love, are in a place where being aware for just a moment can change the rest of your life. Do not leave this. Don't forget about this. Do not act like this is not important. When a child is too close to danger, a parent talks to them like this. The way a guardian talks to someone who doesn't see the danger. The way a shepherd calls out to a sheep that is wandering close to the edge. I'm not angry. I'm speaking out of love. There is deep love, urgent love, and protective love. You've been having tough days. Something you can't even put into words has been making you fight. It's been hard for you to explain how you feel. You've been carrying loads that are making you tired. You feel like you've been walking through it all without being seen. But I've been watching you the whole time. I have heard your tired thoughts. I could hear the peace. You can hear the words, I can't keep doing this, in your head. I've seen how close you came to giving up. I've seen how the enemy tries to wear you down by giving you problems, stress, fatigue, and confusion. The truth I have for you is too important for me to wait another day. That's why I'm not going to wait any longer. My child, time is running out. It's not because your life is ending, but because you can't hold on to any longer to the same pain, fears, doubts, and heavy feelings. You've reached the end of a spiritual time. The next time is about to begin, but only for a short time. How you go through it will depend on what I say next. What I'm about to show you will either set you free or keep you stuck in things that are making you feel bad. This next part of what I'm going to say will either help you move forward or keep you stuck in pain. This is a holy minute, so heaven is keeping track of it. These minutes make the difference between getting better and staying hurt, between being clear and being confused, and between making progress and going through the same old patterns again. You can step into who I made you to be right now, or you can stay stuck in the lies people have told about you. There is something important, holy, and urgent going on in these minutes. I'll say it again. If you turn away now, if you let fear, doubt, or impatience stop you from listening, you will miss something that heaven has been preparing just for you. Something I saved to give you at the right time. I told you something in a whisper about your future a long time ago before your first heartbreak. Something that will light the way, show you the way, make you feel better, and change your whole path. Do not leave me. Stay here. You can feel my voice. Feel the weight of my words pressing into your heart in a soft, firm, and deep way. I'm going to talk because you asked me to. This is the sign you asked for. That's what you asked me to do. Show you something real. Don't forget about this moment. Put Jesus in. I need you so badly. You have to give him your full attention if you know he's the only real answer. Not half, not distracted, not uncertain, not on guard. I'm not just giving you some peace today. I want to say everything I have been meaning to say. But I can only give it to a heart that is fully here. A heart that is ready and willing. Stop now, my child. Pay attention. Take a moment to forget about everything else. Heaven is getting close. What I'm going to say next will change you. I promise. Pay close attention, my child. Because I need to explain why I'm talking so quickly. Why does my voice seem so important? Why does my tone sound different now? It's sharper, deeper, and sharper. I'm not talking about time on earth. You can't use clocks, calendars, or time on a screen to tell how much time has passed. This is spiritual time or time in heaven. There is time that doesn't move like your world does. When I say that the minutes are running out, I'm not talking about minutes going away. I'm talking about the end of a spiritual window that opened just for you during a divine moment. My child, this moment is planned. It's not an accident. It's not random. It's not just convenient. The door to heaven opened at this exact moment for a reason and with great care. These words have been on my mind for a while now. I will always remember them. I was waiting for you to reach a spiritual level where you could finally hear, understand, and accept what I wanted to give you. You think this message just showed up? Truth be told, I've been waiting for this moment with you for a long time. You see, heaven has been at work in the background of your life. Changing hearts, guiding steps, closing doors that would have hurt you, getting rid of people who couldn't stay, testing your strength, stretching your spirit, and letting some delays happen. So your journey would line up with this very moment. You didn't know it, but every disappointment, delay, prayer that seemed unanswered, not yet. Time you felt stuck in season where nothing made sense had been leading you to this moment. When your spirit would stop long enough, soften deeply enough, and hunger intensely enough to hear the truth. I'm now ready to show you. You didn't deserve the delays you hated, my child. They were lined up. They made you who you are. They kept us safe. You thought I wasn't telling you everything. You thought I didn't hear your prayers. You thought I had forgotten what you asked for. I didn't forget, though. I'll never forget. Instead, I wasn't telling you the answer because the blessing was too heavy for your heart at that time. It was time for your spirit to grow up. It took time for your mind to let go of false thoughts. It took time for your wounds to get better. I had to give your life some time to get in order before I could say what I'm about to say. That's why I want you to know that these times are important. They show a window that is open for a short time. A time when heaven gets close and shows things that are normally hidden. A time when clarity and purity flow together every day. Your mind can't get on track. A time when your spirit is more awake, open, and sensitive than it was before. The window won't stay open, though. No, I'm not mean. It's just that spiritual alignment is like waves. It's there for a moment and then it moves on to the next season. This spiritual window is about to close. My child, you need to hear what I have to say right now. Not when you're ready, not when you're stable, not when things calm down. A lot of people miss their beautiful moment because they think they can return to it when they feel better. However, fate doesn't wait for ease. Breakthrough doesn't wait until it's easy. There is no such thing as a perfect day to heal. The same goes for me, Jesus. I won't wait for you to be spiritually ready before I plant something in your heart. If heaven opens a window like this, it means that your life is about to change. Something is coming apart. There is a letting go. Something is beginning. That being said, the work will still get done. Even if you don't hear me right now, it will just take longer. It is going to feel heavier. It will hold a weight that could have been lifted tonight. So, I want you to stay, listen, keep your heart open, and fight the things that are trying to get your attention. The enemy also knows how important this moment is. He wants you to lose it. He wants your thoughts to be elsewhere. He wants you to not hear me. He wants you to think about it, put it off, or scroll away because he knows that if you hear what I'm saying now, your spirit will change in a way that he can't change again. You want to know why I feel like my life isn't stable? How come you feel something strange inside you? Why you've been antsy lately? Why old hurts are coming back and why you can't explain how you feel? It's because the spiritual atmosphere around you has been getting ready for this moment, my child. Heaven has been moving things around. There have been changes in your spirit. Your heart has been getting rid of old stuff. The window is now open. What I say will go further, stronger, and faster during this short holy window than at any other time. Not long to go now. This isn't a threat. This is a message from God. There is something new waiting to come into you. The healing is ready to take hold in you. The truth is ready to free you from your chains. But you need to pay attention to it. Please pay attention to me. These words need to sink into your heart right now because what I'm about to show you is like a seed. It's also important to plant seeds in the right soil and at the right time. Tonight, heaven has made your ground soft. Heaven has made the air clear. Your spirit is now in line with heaven. Let these words sink into your heart before this spiritual window shuts. Then you will begin to see the change you have prayed for. You'll start to get the answer you asked for. You'll start to understand the delays, the hard times, the confusion, and the times when things are quiet. Some changes will happen to the way you walk, think, and see. Don't miss this chance, though, my child. You will still grow, but it will take longer. It will take longer for you to heal. You'll still make progress, but with heavier weights than you could have lifted tonight. That's why I need to call you right away. That is why I am speaking very loudly. In light of this, I am not lowering my voice. This moment is holy. Right now is a divine moment. This moment is planned. This message needs to reach you before the spiritual window shuts. Now, my child, open your heart even more because I'm about to talk to you from a place in my heart that has held your story with more care, attention, and kindness than you have ever known. You think no one saw you walk. You believe that your battles took place in the dark. People don't seem to be paying attention to your pain, you think. But I'm telling you the truth. I have seen every single step of your journey. No one else has ever seen you like I have. You couldn't feel how close I was to you. And I loved you too much to measure. I have not just stood back and watched your pain, but I have seen it with the eyes of a father who hurts when his child hurts. I have seen how much pain you were in. The pain you couldn't put into words. You hid your pain behind a smile so no one would worry, judge, or get the wrong idea about you. I could see how heavy your heart felt when you woke up. I saw how your heart sank when you thought about what you had to do. I saw the times when you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize yourself at all. Not just physically, but also mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. I could tell how badly you wanted someone to really see you, understand you, and hear the pain you were too tired to talk about. Watched your fights, those quiet wars going on in your head. The thoughts that went around and around so fast that they tired you out. The fears that tried to keep you from having hope. The guilt that stuck with you all night. The fear that told you lies in your spirit. You tried to hold back your sadness just to get through the day. I saw when you stopped wanting to do things. I saw the days you tried to get through. At times you felt like giving up, but I saw you fight with things that no one else knew you were carrying. You fought battles that a weaker person would have lost. Attacks that were meant to kill you didn't work. You lived through storms that no one ever praised you for. But I saw all of them. I heard your silence. You kept quiet because you didn't want to bother anyone. You kept quiet because you didn't want to cry again. The silence was like a thin blanket over your deepest wounds. You thought that your silence kept me from seeing you, but it never did. I heard every thought, fear, and cry that wasn't said out loud. I heard the words you didn't say, the confessions you were afraid to make, and the feelings you were too overwhelmed to put into words. Your spirit told me, I'm tired. I could hear you asking, why does it hurt so much? Even when you didn't say anything, I saw times when you were almost giving up. Even when you were too embarrassed to say it out loud. The times when you were at your weakest, when your eyes burned with tears that wouldn't fall because you were too tired to cry, and your breath got heavy. I saw you sit alone, clench your chest, and wonder why everything was so hard. I saw times when you shut down emotionally because it was the only way to get through the day. I saw how you pretended to be strong when you weren't. I saw how you pushed yourself to be active, work, help, and smile. Even though your heart was telling you to rest, you were not weak at that time, my child. You were hurt, and I saw all of your wounds. I saw the pain that you kept to yourself because you were afraid of being misunderstood. The pain you didn't think anyone would understand. The pain you were ashamed to talk about. You tried to brush off the pain as nothing important. But it was slowly breaking you down from the inside. I saw how sad you were and tried to ignore it. I watched you act like the betrayal didn't hurt. I saw how you tried to hide your loneliness with other things. I saw the sadness that stayed with you even after you told yourself everything was okay. I saw the memories that kept coming back to you when everything was quiet. I could tell that expectations were putting a lot of stress on your shoulders. I saw the defeat that came back every time you tried to stand tall again. Your tears, my child, have moved me deeply. I cared about every tear. Each tear told a story. Every tear brought a piece of your journey with it. Each one hit the ground, but it was into my hands instead of the ground itself. I heard you cry in your room when you were alone. I heard you when you cried in the shower so no one else could. I felt sorry for you when you cried while lying awake at night and staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out why life felt so heavy. I moved closer when you cried into your pillow, trying to hide your face from the sound of your broken heart. When you cried because you were so emotionally worn out and not because you were sad, I stayed with you and held your spirit. I saw the nights you cried even when you couldn't feel me. You said, "Lord, please help me in your sleep." The nights you begged me to take away the weight. There were nights when you wondered if I was paying attention. You felt like you couldn't go on those nights. The nights when you were scared and your heart beat fast. The nights you tried to breathe even though it hurt. I never meant for you to carry on your own. I didn't take my eyes off of those nights at all. I saw the days when you lied. When you were strong for other people. When you told other people what to do when you actually needed help. When you made people laugh while you were sad. There were times when you kept everything together even though you were breaking down inside. There were times when you tried to hide your pain by putting on a mask of duty and routine. The days when you forced yourself to work even though you were sad. Every brave act I saw was hidden in everyday life. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. I saw the times you had doubts. Not just had doubts about yourself. They didn't just doubt your worth, but didn't believe me. Are you even here? Do you even care? You asked me a few times. Do I have the air to talk to? I saw the times you felt far away from me. Where did you feel alone? In what ways did you question whether my promises were real? I didn't get mad at you for having doubts. It made sense to me. I could see how much you weighed. I saw how hard you fought the chaos. I could see the sadness that was weighing on your mind. I saw the hurt that made you wonder if my love was still close. I stayed even though you were not sure. I saw you pray but didn't feel anything. You believed your prayers were meaningless. You thought they hit the ceiling. You believed that what you said didn't matter. But my child, your prayers were always answered. I heard every prayer. I felt every whisper. Even the prayers you said when you didn't feel like praying. Even the prayers you said were empty. Even the prayers you said while you were awake. I don't even know if God hears this. I could hear them. I got them together. I valued your prayers not because they were perfect, but because they came from a heart that was trying to stay alive. Say something. I live and breathe for you. Christ, if He holds your life in His hands, I saw the times you needed help but were by yourself. You prayed, God, please do something. But nothing changed right away. There were times when you begged for pain relief, but woke up with it still there. When you needed strength, but asked me for it, I was weak. Those times you asked me a question and got no answer. You thought I wasn't there because you were by yourself. But my child, I felt closer to you then than ever before. You weren't able to sense me because your pain was too heavy for you to feel. But I never ever left you. I saw every second, every breath, every sweat, every thought, and every tear. I've been with you the whole time. You've never gone a step by yourself. Even when you were sure you did. And now that you know how well I've seen you, you finally get why I need to talk to you so quickly. Now that your heart is open, my child, I need to show you more of the truth about your life that most people never see, understand, or grasp. I'm going to show you the real battle that all of this has been about. The war that was going on around you before you even knew what it was called. It has been hard for you because of the pain, confusion, delay, heaviness, and spiritual exhaustion. Not because you're weak, not because you're cursed, and not because I left you, but because your life has been in a war over your future purpose, and who you are, a fight over your voice and the light inside you. And the war has been a lot worse than you thought. This is what you need to know. You were meant to be here. You were born with something inside you that God put there. Something strong, something valuable, something spiritual, and something immortal. In the invisible world, there is something in your spirit that has power. Something that can break cycles, heal wounds, lift others, change the mood, and break down patterns that have been passed down from generation to generation. Something bright enough to push the darkness away. Something powerful enough to change lives and valuable enough to make the enemy faint. That was something the enemy saw a long time before you did. That's why the fight for your life began so early. That's why you had wounds as a child. Because of this, you dealt with rejection before you knew what it was. This is why darkness looked for you before you even saw light. That's why you were so confused about who you were when you were so young. That's why you felt odd, out of place, misunderstood, too emotional, too sensitive, or too aware of things other people didn't notice. It wasn't because you were broken. Because your spirit had a calling that the enemy knew about and was afraid of. The enemy had been trying to stop you for years. Why? Not because you are ordinary. Not because you are weak. Not because you are not important, but because you are not any of those things. The dark side sees you as a spiritual threat. You are a danger. The things you can do when I hold you are powerful. When you wake up, your voice turns into a weapon. When you get better, your mind is sharp and clear. When you heal your heart, it becomes a source of love that helps other people heal. When your whole testimony comes out, it will free those who hear it. When you accept who you are, authority will come into your life. This is known by the enemy. He has known this his whole life. So, he attacked you in a planned way. He hurt your confidence because he was afraid of what you would do if you knew how valuable you were. He went after your mind because he was afraid of how clear you would be once you knew who you are in me. He went after your relationships because he was afraid of the love you have for each other. The love you carry can change people and give life. He hurt your sense of self-worth because he didn't want you to be confident in who you are. He went after your hope because he knew that when you believe again, you get stronger. He hurt your heart because he was afraid of the kindness and compassion that come from having a whole heart. You were never attacked by strangers. They were the target. They were done on purpose. They were made to break certain parts of you that were linked to your future calling. It wasn't just life that made you feel bad at times because it was hard. The war was meant to wear you down so you wouldn't fight back. It wasn't because you were unstable that you went through cycles of confusion. That was because the enemy wanted to make it hard for you to see the way I was showing you. It wasn't because I was punishing you when you had to wait a long time. It was because there were things trying to stop what I meant to send to you. When you had heartbreak after heartbreak, it wasn't because no one liked you. It was because the enemy wanted to make you emotionally weak so you couldn't love the people you were meant to help. It wasn't because I left you when people you trusted attacked you. It was because the enemy wants to hurt the people who carry my light by using broken people to break other people. When you had doubts about your worth, your purpose, your identity, and my love, it wasn't because those doubts were real. It was because the enemy told you lies to make you doubt what I said over your life a long time ago. Also, I want you to really understand this. The calling is stronger when there is more fighting. The attack gets darker, but the light inside you gets brighter. The bigger the fate that is trying to play out, the more confusing things are. The truth that belongs to you is stronger than the lies that are aimed at you. Darkness is afraid of the call your spirit has. That's why darkness worked so hard to keep you quiet. Even though you were broken, the enemy didn't fight you because of that. He fought you because of what you would become as you got better. He fought the you of the future. The person who wants to rise. The person who would speak out loud. The wise person who wants to walk. The one who would really love. The person who would help other people get through their problems. The person whose light would be so bright that darkness would lose ground. Before you thought you were valuable, you were a threat. And the enemy's goal has been 4 things at all times in your life. First, he wanted to make you doubt him because you would never become the whole person I made you to be if he could destroy how you saw yourself. The second thing he wanted to do was shake your faith. He thought that if he could make you doubt me, my love, my presence, and my power, he could cut you off from the source of your strength. Third, he wanted to change who you were because he knew that if he could change how you saw yourself, he could keep you stuck in false beliefs. You can't reach your full potential if you believe lies like you're not good enough, you're not important, you're broken, just average or forgotten. Fourth, he tried to stop you from blessing someone. He was ready for it because he knew it was coming. He saw what doors I'm going to open for you could mean. He saw that the wound was getting better. He saw the connections that would bring you good things. He saw the peace that was ready to settle on your soul. He saw the plan I made for your life. And he did everything he could to get in the way, delay, distract, discourage, and stop you from reaching your goal. But listen to me, kid. It didn't work for him. You're still here. You still have a fight. You are still there. You can still breathe. You still want to find me. You are still listening even though you are tired. You are still open. Even though you are confused and hurt. And the fact that you are listening to my voice right now shows that the enemy's plans did not work. He threw everything at you. You made it though. You kept going. You made it through storms that were meant to kill you. And you got through them with more spiritual weight on your shoulders than you know. Do you understand why I'm speaking so quickly now? So, you can understand the truth before the enemy tries to trick you again. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel, your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. Let's look at your life through the lens of faith. I want you to understand that everything you thought was random was actually war. Everything that you thought was going to fall apart was actually resistance. Everything you thought was a sign of weakness was actually proof of your purpose. It's been years since you knew what you were fighting for. But from now on, you won't fight without looking. My beloved child, as I am about to reveal something you have been wondering about for years, please listen with a soft heart. Now is the right time for me to talk to you like this. Why I was quiet at times when you needed answers. What made me wait so long to help. Why I didn't tell you these things when your questions and pain were fresh. I know you asked me a lot of times, Lord, where are you? Why don't you talk to me? Could you show me what to do? I could hear all of those cries. I understood every question. You didn't make a single empty plea. No one was missed. But child, I need you to really get something. My silence never meant I was leaving you. It was getting ready. You thought I left you when I was quiet. But I was working behind the scenes that you couldn't see. I was making things happen for you. I was moving things around inside you. I was keeping things about you safe. Lack of noise does not mean absence. It's not a sign of rejection to be quiet. Being quiet does not mean being far away. Sometimes the loudest way I show that I care is through silence. Because there are times when the quiet is when I do the most work on you. When someone makes your heart break, grow, stretch, and listen in a new way. Even though you didn't hear me, I was guiding you every step of the way. You didn't see me move, but I was changing the way you were going. Even though you couldn't feel me, I was standing closer to you than ever. If you keep your eyes on eternity's promise and share this video, type, "Heaven is my forever home." Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.